Hey guys, it's BigfeetzGaming, and today we're having a quick look at Mordhau, a game that kind of slipped under the radar for me and seems to be doing exceptionally well. Mordhau is centred around medieval combat, reminiscent of games such as Chivalry or War of the Roses, with the primary player versus player game mode being a 64 battle, with the win conditions being either sieging the enemy's final objective or depleting their respawns. Pretty standard stuff. The game also has Team Deathmatch, Skirmish, which is just team deathmatch but with 1 life per round, Free-for-all deathmatch, which for the most part are just dueling servers, a Battle Royale mode, and even a PvE wave defense mode. The gameplay is exactly what you'd expect for a game like this. Large, open environments with horses, siege weaponry, and rebuildable defenses, leading to some pretty epic battles in environments ranging from snowy mountain passes to open battlefields. For the most part, I'm going to be talking about Skirmish mode, as this is a Flagship Pvp Mode. Most players are going to fit into one of a few different archetypes, being melee combatants with 1 or 200 weapons and shields, range combatants with bows or crossbows, builders who attempt to create and reinforce defensive positions, and even loot players. Yeah, loot players. That's a thing. Vehicles such as horses or siege weaponry, including catapults and ballistas, help to really create the feel of a raging battlefield where no one's really safe. One moment you could be happily fighting away, and the next your head's flying free from your body, thanks to someone on horseback. I've even had my own teammates kill me with blindly fired boulders from a catapult. Tommy? Yeah, I'm talking about you. So let's talk about the melee combat first, as that's what most people are going to be playing. At a basic level, you can swing your weapon and affect the direction of the swing, as well as perform lunging or stabbing attacks. However, the melee combat really comes into its own with the ability to feint, parry attacks, and even counter them by swinging in the same direction or thrusting just after the enemy does. Most weapons also have a secondary mode, which can be activated with R, such as swapping to swinging with the hilt of your weapon on the longsword, or even just throwing your short spear. The melee combat as a whole feels fantastic, with the difference between a player using more advanced techniques and someone just swinging and blocking being incredibly noticeable, and a stamina gauge meaning fights will end one way or another, as if a player blocks an attack which would deplete their stamina, they might just find said weapon flying out of their hands. The addition of always on friendly fire for damage of all types means sometimes you really have to think about whether you should swing or not, if you just don't care about your teammates. And I seriously can't count the amount of times a teammate has taken my head off by blindly swinging the weapon. The range combat in the game is about what you would expect. Bows and crossbows feel how they should, with drawing a bow for too long throwing off your aim significantly, and a well-landed headshot on an unarmoured enemy feeling oh so satisfying. There's even firebombs and smoke bombs in the game, alongside the ability to throw some weapons, with firebombs doing a tremendous amount of damage to both enemy and ally alike. I briefly mentioned it before, but you absolutely do not have to go into combat with the inclusion of the toolbox, allowing you to place defensive wooden walls, spiked barricades, and even a mounted crossbow to rain death down on your enemies. But it's not going to stop the combat from coming to you. Nothing juicier than an unarmoured opponent to mow down. So let's talk about the customization, which is downright impressive. And aside from a few bits in the supporter pack, everything is earned in-game with no microtransactions whatsoever. There are 3 tiers of armour available, each piece within the tier providing the exact same stats, but very different cosmetic looks, with the ability to change individual pieces such as the arm guards, gloves and neck piece. And within each of those pieces, colours, patterns, metal shade, and even add your sigil onto set points on the gear, all leading to some pretty in-depth customization. Personally, I like all black with the Templar's cross. Don't judge me. The weapons also have some basic customization, with the ability to recolour and change out parts of each individual weapon, such as changing to a different spearhead or recolouring the handle. Again, all of this is cosmetic, but damn does some of it look pretty. There's a huge range of weapons to choose from, ranging from small short swords all the way up to gigantic Zweihanders, with firebombs, shields, medic packs and toolboxes to accompany them. There's also some basic face and body customization, such as height and weight for the body, and features such as hair, voice, age, and facial hair. But let's be honest, if you're like me, half the time you're wearing a big fuck off helmet anyway. So let's talk pros and cons, shall we? Firstly, it feels great. The combat plays out beautifully, and there's a decent level of depth to the combat itself. The maps feel well designed, with differing objectives and scenery, and my god, I really love the snow map. You really feel like you're in the middle of a medieval battle at times, with catapults raining down and your life likely being short and bloody. Customization and the variety of weaponry available provides a good level of replayability, with some really high level unlocks costing quite a significant amount of money. Unless you're playing a lot, it might take you a while to unlock all the things you want to. Some of the stuff is quite expensive. There's no matchmaking for player versus player outside of Frontline, which means you're going to have to use the server browser. Would have been nice to just hit search and drop into a team deathmatch or skirmish. Horde is currently, at the time of this video, just an XP and gold farm, sitting in towers where the enemy can't really reach you. And finally, did we really need another Battle Royale mode in a game? It's alright, but come on, everyone's doing it, and it's actually really difficult to fill a server for it in this game. So overall, Mordhau is a fantastic game, providing you with a real sense of brutal and bloody combat on large battlefields with up to 64 players. If you all like games like Chivalry or War of the Roses, then in my opinion this is an absolute must-buy. And personally, I don't regret doing so. I've had some incredibly fun moments playing with friends, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty more to come. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, be sure to check out some of the others on screen now. And I also stream live on Twitch every day except Wednesday and Thursday, a link to which can be found down below. Anyways, I'm BigfeetzGaming. Ciao for now.